Greetings, SLC family. You are watching our March WIG Report, our company's monthly video newsletter named WIG in honor of our company's wildly important goal of 100% occupancy. The message I'd like to emphasize this month is that we are all occupancy leaders. What I mean by that is that we are all responsible for selling our community every day. We all have different functions we perform, and regardless of those functions or associated titles, we are all in sales. For us to achieve our wildly important goal, we have to sell our community to not only prospective residents, but to existing residents and even prospective team members every single second of every single day. Over the past few decades, there have been several comprehensive studies of what prospective residents and their influencers are looking for when selecting where to live. Our company has actually sponsored several of these studies. Consistently, the number one thing that people say is the most important factor in their decision is a sense of feeling like home. So the number one thing that helps folks decide where they want to live is a sense of feeling like home. If we come to work every day with a good attitude, focused on delivering the weather life, a happy environment to both work and live in, we will win occupancy. Happy team members equals happy residents equals more residents. This month's team member benefit I'd like to highlight is our flexible PTO options. There are two things in particular that make this benefit so unique. One, we provide 21 days of PTO in your first year, and that starts accruing immediately. The average for our industry is just 10 days of paid time off, and in many cases, it does not belong to you until you've worked for several months. In fact, just last week, I was on the phone with a national size operator who doesn't let their team members earn or use PTO until after they've been employed for 6 months. Sounds insane. Two, we treat your PTO as cash. If you want to build that cash in the bank as accrued PTO, great, then select that option. If you want to have that cash paid out with every paycheck, great, then select that option. The value of our PTO program is flexibility. We set our PTO program up so that it is your money the day you earn it. We want you to use it however best serves you and your family. Did I mention that everyone gets a minimum roughly 2% raise at their first year anniversary when we increase the PTO to 26 days? So from 21 days to 26 days at your first year anniversary, that's worth a roughly 2% raise to you. And there's another almost 2% on your 5th year anniversary when we increase the PTO from that 26 days to 31 days. We've had team members quit over their pay when in fact they took as much as a 15% pay cut, not kidding, 15% pay cut because they did not understand the full value of our paid time off program. I hated to hear about those folks because they were genuinely harming themselves and their family just because they misunderstood our benefits. If you have any questions about this program or any others and their value to you, please consult your HR director. Now, it is time for our Hero Spotlight. As we have begun to do these spotlights, it is getting harder and harder to pick who to include for the month because we're receiving so many great submissions. To try and keep up, we're going to have not one, but 2 Hero Spotlights this month. The first hero I'd like to spotlight comes to us from the Stratford in Carmel, Indiana, Brian Akers. We are highlighting Brian for continuing to put people first always and serve our members even when he was tired after a long dining shift, off the clock, and ready to go home. The Stratford team is going to tell us more.
Hello, my name is Brian Akers. One evening, when I was finishing up AL, feeding the residents over there, I was coming back to IL through the underground garage. And I noticed a resident was having problems with his car. So I went up and asked him, is there anything that I can do to help? I said, well, pop your hood, let me see what's going on. And I noticed there was, nothing cranking in his car as far as the battery was dead. And so I said, well, I can give you a jump. And he was like, well, how can you do that? I said, well, I can just go grab my truck and bring it down here and give you a jump. I felt like I had to do it, like it was, like it's a part of my job here, is taking care of the residents. So I went down to the garage and pulled in front of his car and got my cables out and, and put my cables on his car and my truck and started it right up. And he was so appreciative, and he thanked me like 1,000 times before I got out the garage. I look at the residents as a family because we are here together, taking care of the residents. That's what I'm here for.
Thank you, Brian. We appreciate your service. The next hero I'd like to spotlight comes to us from Osprey Village in Amelia Island, Florida, Matthew Surrency. We're highlighting Matthew for recognizing a couple of touring prospects who needed help and rising to meet that need. I'll let the Osprey Village team take it from here.
Big shout out to Matthew Surrency for going above and beyond and helping when he could see that it was needed. I had a tour last week with 2 prospects who are both very unsteady on their feet. He could see that I was struggling to keep both of them balanced. I had one on each arm trying to help guide them into the retreat. And Matthew literally dropped what he was doing and he ran to help me. He grabbed the gentleman prospect's arm and not only helped get them into the retreat, but he also stayed with me throughout the tour to help guide them around the retreat. Matthew could see that our prospects needed help, that I needed help, and he went above and beyond what his job description is. And because of his kindness, our prospects were able to see that here at Osprey Village, you really do get to live the Weller life. And I'm so thrilled to say that they have signed a contract with us here at Osprey Village, and Matthew played a really big role in that.
One of the conversations that stays top of mind with all of our team members is how to develop and foster an occupancy culture where every one of our team members are involved in the sales process, or be able to serve our prospects in the same way that we serve our members every day. Matthew and what he did that day as a maintenance tech 1 was above and beyond what I ever anticipated seeing through the culture that we have developed and fostered here. Matthew went out of his way and was able to stop what he was doing and understand that that was the most important person in the building, that prospect that needed care, needed to be at Osprey Village, take his arm and help him through the tour with our care service, LA, Kayla Flynn. This is a proud moment for me, and I look forward to more of these stories in the future.
Brian and Matthew are both occupancy leaders, as is evident by their actions. I look forward to next month's heroes and want to remind everyone again to take advantage of your community's vaccination clinics, as your community's next clinic may be the last we are able to offer. Take advantage, do not miss out on this amazing opportunity. Thank you for watching the March WIG Report.